Today's Pizza Friday artwork is Thanos squatting down, naked, oiled up, with a pizza on his head. Unfortunately, this request is not safe for work, so I cannot show the whole thing. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Good Loser here. We're back at it again with another Pizza Friday. Delicious. Never gets old. I always get the stuffed crazy crust, extra cheese, extra pepperoni with bacon. And I didn't know it comes out to 4,000 calories. Oops. Well, I save half for today, and then half for tomorrow. That's 2,000. So I think it works out pretty well. But I think for today I'd like to talk about lost to media. So I've been watching a lot of lost media related content on YouTube recently, and it's kind of crazy. It's really crazy because there's just so many projects, so much media, music, movies, shows, games that are like a relic of its time. Like, it's nice to come back to look back and see what we had, but as time passes on, we tend to move on, and then unfortunately we leave these things behind and they just get lost in time and then just forgotten. So I think what really interests me about the lost media stuff is that it usually tends to start with one person reminiscing about a certain thing that they remember from childhood, like a commercial. It's most of the time it's usually like a commercial, and then it starts like a whole big like investigation snowball, and then eventually does it does get found, but unfortunately sometimes just doesn't, and it takes years and years and years. And it's just so crazy seeing all that stuff that they vaguely remember and then actually existed, but it was just forgotten until that one person mentioned it. And it's just crazy that, I don't know, just time passes by, and then sooner or later you're probably going to be forgotten. But, as long as you have people in your life, then you most likely will never be forgotten. And, I think that's what it means to live forever. So that's kind of nice to think about. I think one commercial like very remember. I think this is like one of the first ever commercials that ever came out for Hot Cheetos, which is like a bunch of these kids and like Chester Cheetah eating hot Cheetos, and they're like in the neighborhood, and then these firemen come out saying that they need to put out a fire, but there is no fire and it's only hot Cheetos. And then the fireman put the hose through his mouth, and then the water comes out through the nose, and it was very weird. It was very weird seeing that back then, and I thought it was a bit disturbing how all that water came out of him. And sure enough, the commercials on YouTube, which is great seeing that. But yeah, I think that's pretty interesting to know that there's stuff that you could vaguely remember and then it's just not there anymore because it's just never recovered, seen again, lost in time. Just all that secret stuff that you could possibly take a look at and then you'll never see again. But back in the other Pizza Fridays, I did mention there's going to be some extra stuff I was planning to put on, but unfortunately, I kind of get a little lazy with that. I've been working on my own project right now. That's where I'm putting most of my time at. And I do have a whole week coming up all to myself. So I guess will try to do all the stuff I said I was going to, like the sketchbook thing I talked about. So I will try my hardest to make that happen probably next week. No promises though. I might just forget, and then oh well. But yeah. Well, that's this week's Pizza Friday. We don't really reach the like goals as much because videos tend to fall off when you don't really keep it consistent. Even though I did keep it consistent before with the many other Pizza Fridays, but you know what? Whatever. Let's go for 3 likes. Let's make it easy, all right? So yeah, 3 likes. Then next week, yeah, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.